does what we saw in that last play of the game happen? What'd you see?
Well, here's what's interesting. It's actually not a Hail Mary. With 11 seconds left in the game on the Buffalo 43-yard line, they're running a play to get some more yards, probably to have a better shot at the end zone, on the next play. And so this really just ends up being Kyler Murray escaping out to his left, seeing Hopkins, and then giving Hopkins a chance. So with 11 seconds left from the 43, you're not in Hail Mary mode. It ends up kind of just being a jump ball, 1 versus 3, as Buda Baker just talked about. As you see it here, they weren't running all of their eligibles into the end zone. They were trying to get a chunk play, hopefully get out of bounds, and then have a shot probably from inside the 30-yard line or so. But instead, because Kyler Murray's ability to escape, he escapes out to his left and it just finds a way to get the ball all the way down there, and DeAndre Hopkins just continues to work for his quarterback. So it clearly is not how Cliff Kingsbury had it dialed up, but I think that's just kind of one of the things about, coaching guys that are really good players. Sometimes it's not about the play that's called, it's about that guy stepping up and making a play in a critical moment. And, Hall of Fame or not, whatever Ed Warder is saying, for Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, they just played better than anybody else could play on that particular snap.
I felt like the Tootsie Roll, Al. We were counting how many Bills defenders were around Hopkins. How does that happen, Nink?
Oh, man, I'm telling you, it looked like the Buffalo Bills weren't in their final play defense, because usually there's a guy that's boxing out. There's a specific jump guy that you want to jump for that ball, and everybody's going for the football. That's a do not do that at the end of the game, because when everyone's going for that ball, you saw that it was a mistimed jump, and everyone mistimed their jump. Hopkins got up the highest and came down with it. But even if that ball was tipped in the air, you saw an Arizona Cardinal right there that could potentially have caught the ball if it was tipped up in the air. So I didn't think Buffalo was in their final play defense. You could tell that because they didn't box out that guy. They didn't have a guy on the goal line there. So they're going to watch this play, and they're going to be sick when they watch that play. Yeah. Because they had an opportunity there to stop that play from happening. And Hopkins, at the end of the day, it's their best player. Jump ball, he goes and gets it, and hats off to Arizona. They had a heck of a game plan in the end of that game there.
When it comes to Kyler Murray, he now has 8 games this season with at least 1 passing touchdown and 1 rushing touchdown. It is a unique challenge to game plan for him. How do you attempt to do that if you're a defensive coach?
It's really hard. I mean, if you're over aggressive, he's able to get out of the pocket, and then you see what he can do with his legs. So it's a balance of making sure that you press him in the pocket and make him feel the pressure, but yet not running past him, because when you open up those lanes, he can get in and out, run for first yardage, and throw the ball down the field. So, I think Buffalo did a good job in the first half, and then they come out in the third quarter, and Arizona scores 17 points offensively. So it was kind of like a back-and-forth struggle. Josh Allen throws 2 interceptions. So, it was sloppy football at times, but at the end of the day, Kyler got it done. He was able to come up with that last play at the end of the game and won the game for his team.
I'm glad you mentioned the Bills, Tim, because I do want to go there for you. You're talking about a Bills team that felt like they needed to prove something. They do that last week against the Seahawks with an emphatic win against who we've described as one of the best teams in the NFC, and they are 11 seconds away from doing it again against another dominant NFC West team. How would you assess this game if you're the Bills right now?
Well, you're disappointed, obviously, but they played a pretty good football team, and they really had a very good chance to win. I think Rob brings up a really good point about how, the Bills played defensively, really, but for a period of the third quarter, they've done a really nice job on Kyler Murray, and were really frustrating him. Playing a quarterback like that, unfortunately, if it's not for a full 4 quarters, he can really make you pay at some point in that football game. But they ended up getting stops late in that football game, multiple stops inside of 6 minutes to give that Bills offense a chance. And I think that still, going forward, if you give Josh Allen a chance late in a football game, look, he can be as dangerous as maybe any quarterback in the game because of just his physical ability, how hard he is to get down in the pocket. We saw that late in the game. And then his ability to still kind of test all areas of the field, no matter where you are, because of how strong his arm is. And that was evidenced on the touchdown pass that he throws to Stephon Diggs with just about 30 seconds left in the football game. So, look, it's disappointing. They're going to feel like, they let one get away here. But that's going to be a tough football team to play going forward, and I think especially if you're playing them in Buffalo.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.